Good morning, everybody. This is my first time going live on the Give English Connection. My name is Katrina Kang. I am from Upland, California, and right now I am actually at home. And today I'm very excited and happy to be on here with everybody. It is 10 o'clock Eastern Time and 7 o'clock Pacific Time, California time, so it's quite early for me, but definitely excited to be on here with everybody. So we recently switched from conference call to our live training. We switched from, we're having our conference call on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So now we switch it to live training on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this page. So if you are new and this is something new to you, then you should, invite your team to like this page and also to spread the word and have everybody join on to this page whenever we have live. So today we're going to talk about a topic about that I really, really like that recently we talked about at the company and other places as well, is to be your own boss, right? To have the mindset of a business person, of a free business person. So recently I came back to the company. So today is Monday, so we had a Give University over the weekend on Friday and Saturday. And I learned a lot from a lot of leaders that come into the Give University over the weekend. And one of the things that we have talked about, and also we have mentioned many, many times, is that, in this business, it's such a free business, meaning it's, when you join, it's for free, of course, but then it's a free business, meaning nobody is your boss. You are your own boss. You have the control of your own business. So everything that you need to do, everything that you do is based on your schedule and based on your decision. So it's, well, number one, it's kind of tough to be, to be in that situation where nobody tell you what to do, right? So in our business, that's the tough part. The tough part is to be able to, do your own things, to manage your own schedule, to manage your own time, to manage yourself. So that's the toughest part in being, be your own boss, be doing this business. So one of the things that I've learned from many leaders, and one of the things I've never, my background used to be an English teacher, so I've never done a business before. I never had to be dealing with a business. And but then I've learned from many business owners in the past, and also they've shared many stories. One of the reasons why, or one of the things that when they go into business, it end up the business own them rather than them owning the business. And one of the reasons is because you're not being able to manage yourself and being able to manage your business correctly. It's for you to be running the business rather than let the business run you. So what does that mean? It means that when you have a business, let's say you open a store, any kind of store, like a restaurant or a nail salon or any kind of store at all, then what happens is you're going to be having to manage it, but then at the same time, you have to come to the store or to the restaurant at a certain time. You have to close at a certain time. And, with owners, usually the first one to be at the shop and then the last one to leave. The last one to clean up, the last one to close the door. So when you have a business, right? When you have a business, is it really your own business? Are you really being your own boss? Or is it the store your boss? Or is your business your boss? So when I hear about stories like this, or when I hear the perspective from business owner, I am very blessed to be in this in our industry, in network marketing and in our business, is because we get to choose. We get to choose, and we get to be our own boss. We get to choose our own time. We get to be ourselves. We get to build our business the way that we want it to build, right? Thank you. My husband just dropped by to give me some water, just in case I need it. It is very early here in California, and actually I wanted to do this live video outside, outside in the backyard, but then I couldn't because it's still dark over here. But anyway, going back to that, so being your own boss, meaning you have to control, you have your own control, you have the control of your own business. And that's one thing I like about this business. And the fact is also, when you be your own boss though, at first it could be something very, it's easy to say. It's easy to say that, you know, I own my own business. It's easy to say that I am my own boss. It's easy to say that this is, I get the time to do the free time. I do whatever I want with my time, and I get to manage myself and things like that. So it's easy to say, but then to do is actually very tough. So over the weekend when we were at GIFT University, we had an English training with Team Lead An Nguyen. And he mentioned, and he talked to a group of English speakers, like, you know, from GIFT, in GIFT University it's a Vietnamese event, but then we have it translated into English. But then before the GIFT University started, Team Lead An Nguyen had a little training with a group of our brand new distributor or brand new guest coming to the company for the first time that doesn't speak English. Oh, I'm sorry, doesn't speak Vietnamese, so they only spoke English. So we had a little training, and one of the things that I have to say that during that training, it was over an hour training, and we get a lot from him, you know, from An. But then one of the things that he did mention, and somebody asked about the management, right? When you're in this business, what are some of the toughest things that you have to do, and what are some of the toughest thing that we have to go through in this business? And one of the things that An has talked about, and also he shared with the group, was the thing that we need to manage in this business. So a lot of time we say this is our own business, and we say this is the business for us, and it's a free business, but then we forget that we have to also be a well, I would say, I shouldn't say the manager, but then it is true. So there are three things that we have to manage in this business, that we have to, when you want to be your own boss, and when you want to be free, and when you really want to do this business correctly, then there are three things that we need to focus on, that we need to be able to do. And then number one, we're going to have to be able to manage our time, right? And we have to, I don't know if this is true for a lot of our business owner out there, that a lot of time we want to be free, and a lot of time we want to be able to control our business, but then if we don't know how to manage our time, if we don't know how to manage our, our time correctly, then we probably won't be able to own that business, right? Or we won't be able to say that we own the business. So let me give you an example. What does it mean by time? So when we're doing this business, and I have done it for the past 5.5 years, and one of the things that's really hard for me to do in the past was to be able to manage my time correctly. So a lot of people said that, oh, I don't have time to do this business. I don't know if that's familiar for some of you. You introduce the business to them, and it's a perfect business model for them, and you think that they're going to be, catching on, they're going to do it right away. But then their objection is, hey, I don't have time. But everybody has the same amount of time, right? Everybody has 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, they don't have 8 days a week. They have 7 days a week. And just like us, we have 24 hours a day with them, like them. So the question is, what do we do with that time, and how are we going to be effective with it? So there's a lot of people might say they don't have time, and they might be busy, but then their time might not be used effectively. So one of the first things to be your own boss and to really do this business correctly is to be able to manage your time correctly. So during the day, a lot of people say, I don't know if I have, an extra hour or an extra 2 hours every day to do this business. So my suggestion is actually to go back and really look at your schedule, from the time you wake up, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever time it is, from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep. What do you do during those times? Of course, some of us are still having a full-time job, and a lot of us probably doing this for part-time, right? Which is good, which is great. That's how you should start. Start by doing this business part-time. So look into your timeline during the day. How many hours is it that you spend at your work? And then out of that, let's say 8 hours at work, and then out of that 8 hours, what do you do with the rest of the 16 hours that you have? Do you, how many hours to eat? How many hours to sleep? How many hours to I don't know, sitting in traffic. I don't know. Write down the timeline during the day, and you're gonna find that there's a lot of free time. So a lot of time that we think that we have a lot of things to do, or we are very busy, but then when we write down a timeline, we realize that honestly, we do realize that we have like maybe an hour on Facebook or 2 hours on Facebook. That's distraction. And then maybe watching TV or reading on news and things like that. So you are going to find something, okay, and some hour during your day that you're doing something that's unproductive, that's not productive. So instead of thinking that you don't have time or you're busy, use the unproductive time to do something in related to Nu Skin or in related to this business, because we want to be our own boss. We want this business to be our business, and that nobody else can control our time, and that we're going to be free, right? We want to do this because we got freedom of time and freedom of financial. So first, we have to be able to manage it. So you already guessed it. So that's number one. Number one is to be able to manage your time. If you want to be your own boss, if you want to be free and you want to do this business correctly, number one is to manage your time. And number two, we have to be able to manage our money. So manage our financial. And, this is so true that when we do this business, at the beginning, it's so easy. I have to say it's so easy to get into the business. Why? Because the investment is so low. If I can say no investment at all. I mean, if you want to open a business, it's like more than 50,000, 100,000, 200. Nowadays, what, $200,000 or something like that to open a business, right? But then with this business, you join for free, and the only money that you spend is actually on yourselves. So all the product that you invest in, like that you use the money to buy the product, those products you're using it for yourself. You're investing in yourselves. So I wouldn't call that an investment in the business, but it's investment in yourself, right? So so it's so easy to get into the business. Then the hard part is that we forget, since it's so easy like that, we forget that we have to be able to manage our money correctly. Because why? Because we already have a budget of things. Let's say we are doing the business, you have a different business, or you're working full time. And with that full time, you're already budgeting yourself in terms of bills and things like that you have to pay every month. So you already have a budget for your money. But then when this business is adding on, so it's not something, the money is not, it has to be an add-on, like a supplemental, like, an add-on to your budget or whatever you already have. So there's a lot of things that you can, let's say, invest in. Okay, your investment is in your product, in the product that you use. But then at the same time, we invest in going to the company monthly. We invest in training, right? We invest in classes and trainings, and for us to be more skillful in this business, so you can do this business correctly. So there's a lot of little investment that you have to add in this business, and sometimes we forget to know how to manage our money correctly with the budget. And we all know that joining this business is not something short term. It's not, you don't come in here and you make $10,000 the next day or the next month. Sometimes maybe we can, but then that doesn't mean that it's going to be consistent for us every single month. But then we are building a network where we're going to be able to, maybe in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, in the long run, that we're going to be able to have that kind of income, every single month coming to us. But then when we first started, that's not how it happened. That's not how it works, right? So we have to be able to manage the money that we have right now, okay, with the full-time job that we have, with the business that we already have, to balance it with Nu Skin. So we have to put out a budget every single month to go to the company, every single month to use the products, and every single month to buy the books that we need to read or the audios that we need to read, so we can learn to be the person that we need to become to be successful in this business. So those are investments. So like I said, it's investment in ourselves, investment in self-development. And because of that, we have to be able to budget ourselves and be able to know to manage our money correctly. I've heard, I'm not trying to be negative here, but then I've heard people go into this business and they said that they spent so much money. and they spent so much money and there's no returns, and so that's why they quit, or that's why they don't do this business anymore. So to me, yeah, that is negative, right? But then to me, that is something that is because right from the get-go, right from when they started doing the business, they don't know how to manage the money correctly. So for me, let's say I'm from California, and we have a very young team. So money that come to us is very tough and very difficult. We don't have money to invest. We don't have a business as our right hand, and we don't have like a good paying full-time job, right? So our young team has to know how to budget ourselves, and we have to know how to be able to manage our money correctly. If not, then every single month we are going to not be able to have or make enough money to have that living expense paid for. So what do we do when we said manage money? There's a lot of things that you can do. You can cut back on things. For example, for our young team, instead of sometime flying to Utah, might be a little bit more expensive, then we decide to drive to Utah, right? That the investment is still there. The investment going to the company and to learn and to buy the books and stuff like that is still there. It's still, everybody has to do the same thing. Everybody has to go to the company, and everybody has to learn, and everybody have to be investing in the product for themselves. So with our young team, though, when we go to the company, instead of flying, we might be driving. 15. We can rent a 15-seater van, and then we drive from California to Utah, which is like 10-hour drive, and it's safe and on the cost for everybody. So we split it even. And then there's a time when you go to Utah, and then you have to rent a hotel room. So instead of staying like 2 people in one room, we probably do 4, 6, or 8 people in one room. So just cut back on the budget and cut back on the money part of it, which I think is it makes sense. And then there's a lot of things that you can cut back. So a lot of time right now, especially, I can only come from a perspective of what I have already done or with my young team. What we do is we spend less on maybe coffee, spend less on boba, spend less on junk food, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do when you are starting out this business. The suggestion is not to still have the lifestyle that you had before joining the business, but also budgeting it and managing the money correctly and managing the money right. So you'll be able to have the money saved aside to be able to invest in yourself for self-development, so you can become successful in this business. And we have talked many times, and we have mentioned it many, many times, the only way to become successful in this business is to grow yourself, to become a leader, and to basically, you feel more successful when you feel like you're a different person than yesterday, a better person than yesterday, right? So all of these are investment in yourself. So to be able to have that kind of investment in yourself, you have to know how to manage your money, and you have to know how to budget yourself and cut back on things. So that's the second thing, right? So the first one is managing your time, and the second thing is to manage your money, to be able to budget yourself correctly. And number 3, to be your own boss and to be successful in this business, we have to know how to manage ourselves. And this is probably the toughest one out of the 3. But I've learned over the years, and this lesson, you guys, you get to hear this from a lot of leaders, but this lesson, it took me a while to get that, to be able to be successful in this business and also to be your own boss. Number 3, you have to be able to manage yourself, and meaning that you have to be able to control yourself, control your thoughts, control your actions. And what do I mean by that? So in this business, you're going to hear a lot of negativity. You're going to be, a lot of people are going to, how do you say, they're probably going to be very negative to you. They're going to reject you. You're going to sometimes have negative thoughts in your head. And sometimes you feel like, or sometimes you feel like you did something wrong, So there's a lot of things that can affect you every single day. So there's going to be people telling you, hey, you can't do this business. There's a lot of people going to tell you, this business is not for you. You're not going to be successful. All when I first started the business, my whole family basically told me that, hey, you're not going to be successful. You've never done business before. You're a teacher. Go back to become a teacher, right? So a lot of negativity going to come from all sides, the front, back, the side, from all sides. And what are you going to do with that? So managing yourself, meaning you're going to be able to control your thoughts, and you're going to be able to control your control the negativity that's coming to you. So we're talking about thinking positive. We're talking about being positive. We're talking about being able to push out all the negative stuff. And this is hard. This is the hardest part because, we can learn to manage our time. We can learn to manage our money. But then managing ourselves it's going to take us some time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not something it's not like a skill that you can learn and then suddenly you master it, right? But it's something that you're going to have to be able to repeat every single day, and you have to tell yourself that every single day. So you hear something negative, the first thing that you're going to do is you have to breathe and then ask yourself, if this is worth it, right? Right? So I told myself, and I named my team, we call ourselves Always Think Positive. And one of the reasons is because we know that we have to be, negative going to come from everywhere, from every corner. And negativity, they just, you're going to see this every single day, and you're going to have to get used to it. But then you're going to have to, be able to control that and be able to manage yourself, and to be able to literally push out the negativity and just hold on to the positivity. Right? Hold on to the positive thoughts and hold on to the positive aspect of this business. And that is something that is so hard to do. And I have to say that, many of us, it takes us longer than others. So it's okay. So just be patient with yourself. And it's okay to take longer, and it's fine. But then if you continue and you keep telling yourself that I have to be able to manage myself to be able to be successful in this business, and that's perfect. If you can continue telling yourself that and being able to live it and do it, then you'll be able to get through it and then be super successful with this business. So that's my sharing today. The 3 things, and when we talk about being our own boss, being, and this is something that we have been doing in the past, for myself, 5.5 years. And I don't know how long you've joined, I don't know how long you've been in this business, but the moment that you decided to do this business and the moment that you decide to be successful with this business, you are becoming your own boss, and nobody can tell you otherwise. And nobody can take control of your time, nobody can take control of your money, and nobody can take control of you. So be your own boss, but at the same time, to be there and to really own this business and own ourselves, then go through those 3 things, right? To really know how to manage those 3 things. Manage your time, manage your money, and of course, manage yourself. And I can bet you anything, if you can all do 3 of these, in the shortest time imaginable, then you're going to be already successful with this business. So that's it today. I will see you guys on Wednesday. I hope this has been helpful for you. This is something that you can maybe listen again. If you like what you heard, share this with your team, your friends, your people in the business. Then basically just share it with everybody. So maybe that would help them as well to decide to be their own boss, so they can too see a different side of this business and start doing this business. One last note before I end this live feed. Recently we actually last week, our president, right, of the Americas, Tyler Whitehead, he has talked about the program North to Children. So if you do not know about North to Children, I hope that you do look up North to Children and really look into this. But he mentioned that Malawi has a drought recently, and then they need more vitamins than ever. So right now, our team give global, influential, and visionary entrepreneurs. We are basically calling for action from everybody. We hope that you're gonna take this seriously and be able to help the children in Malawi right now with by doubling up the Vitamills donation in December and also January. And I hope that you'll be able to do this for me. So this month, my pledge is, and you can see like this is our beautiful Christmas tree in the back here. And we're preparing for the holiday season, and we're preparing for Christmas. So when we think of Christmas, we think about gifts, right? We think about we getting something. But I challenge you this month to, instead of getting something, I challenge you to give something. And what I mean by that is, instead of spending so much money on things, material stuff, or on gifts and things like that for ourselves, I challenge you to use that money and do a donation for Vitamills, for Nourish the Children, for the children of Malawi, for wherever that they need help. Because I feel that, you know, December, January, or from November, December, and January is the holiday season. And to me, holiday season is a season of giving. It's not a season of getting. So I hope that this message will get to you, and we'll be able to get some, donation for the kids in Malawi. So right now, the company is doing a promotion. I call this a promotion because they're really trying to help. So if you donate 3 bags of Vitamills, the company will send in an extra bag, so that will be 4 bags. And you do know that each bag of Vitamills is be able to save a child for 30 days. Or you can think that each bag of Vitamills can save 30 child a day, whichever way you want to think about it. So if you donate 3 bags, you can either save 3 child a month, or you can save 90 children. 3 children a month. Or if you send 3 bags today, you can save 90 children in 3 days. In a day. And the company will throw in an extra bag of Vitamill for them. So Vitamill is not expensive. It's like $27 or something like that. So just imagine if you spend less than $100, and you'll be able to save 3 children a month, or 90 children a day right now. And it is very needed. And not only that, the company throw in an extra bag, that means 4 children a month, or 120 children a day. So really get into, right now you can, right after this feed, you can go into your account, and do that donation. Post up a picture, let everybody know that you've done it. This is a season of giving, and I really hope that you will do this. And I challenge you to give. I challenge you to give something today. We're really calling out for everybody to do this donation and really help Malawi out. Myself, I pledge 5 bags of Vitamills every single month, but this month I'm going to do an extra 3 bags or more to save more children this month. So the company has a promotion in December until January 31st, 2017. So for the next month, this month and next month, if you're able to maybe, put this donation in your account, but also ask your team and ask other people around you to also do the same. And then if we all can do this, we all can make a difference. If we do this, then we're going to be able to save a lot of lives right now in Malawi with the drought going on. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you got something out today, and if not, then maybe do some donation for the children. Okay, so thank you so much, and I will see you on Wednesday. So if you do the donation today, or any time from now until the end of January, please let us know. I would love to. I really appreciate it, and I would like to give you thanks for thinking for other people and for the children everywhere. So thank you so much. Bye, everybody. See you Wednesday.